Good day. Good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in your part of the world. This is King B with another video. So, lawmakers rush to stop catastrophic level event at Texas oil fields. We are going to have complete and utter ecological devastation. Wow, that's pretty big. Let's see what they're talking about. There is increasing alarm about West Texas oil fields that continue to produce toxic water leaks. So, what's happening? The latest event was detected in Crane County in early December when brine water poured out of the earth and over ranch land, Marfa Public Radio reported. The well wasn't plugged until January 29th, and the remediation project cost $2.5 million. So my question is, if it was detected in early December, why they wait until the end of January to do something about it? It's kind of suspect. The water contained 154,000 chloride parts per million and at times flowed at 330 barrels or 13,860 gallons per hour, creating a marsh-like scene, Mitch Borden reported. It was not always clear where it was coming from. It took 9 days to identify 2 wells and multiple other sources of the water. The Railroad Commission of Texas, which regulates the oil and gas industry in the Lone Star State, dug and lined 20 containment pits and had vacuum trucks remove the water. Now, why is the Railroad Commission regulating the oil and gas industry? I don't understand that one. There was a big crack, said Sarah Stockner, an area attorney, rancher, and critic of the RRC. You could hear the water flowing underneath your feet, and you could see bubbles. It was like being at the beach. Now that's concerning and alarming for ranchers out there. Gotta be. Why is this concerning? The problem, perhaps caused by the injection of oil and gas wastewater underground and resulting increases in subsurface pressure, is so prevalent and productive that one leak has spawned a 60-acre body of water, Lake Bomer. In addition to water, that abandoned Wildcat well emits deadly hydrogen sulfide gas. These zombie wells are causing other issues too, including sinkholes. The way I'm reading this, it kind of sounds intentional to me. The worst thing about this one is that it's toxic and radioactive produced water that is going into the groundwater, said Bill Birch, who was defeated in the Democratic primary for a seat on the RRC on March 5th. That is a horrendous worst-case scenario, catastrophic level event to occur in oil and gas in West Texas. This is now definitive, unquestionable proof that the future of usable groundwater in Texas is at risk due to the saltwater disposal issue, he added. The commission said it protected any threat to fresh water and that area water remained uncontaminated, noting the brine water stopped flowing January 21st, that the well had been cased and cemented. Now, didn't I just read earlier in the article that they waited till the 29th of January to do something about it? Like I said, somebody suspect to me. Sounds intentional. Although there is no evidence to suggest that this is an orphan oil and gas well, the commission stated in a news release, the RRC acted quickly to remediate the water flow in Crane County because the RRC will make every effort possible to protect fresh water in Texas. That's just PC. That's all that is. That's just PC. Why they wait so long to do something? Something should have been done immediately once it was discovered in the first place, right? It sounds like an independent study needs to be done on the matter, just to to see um, exactly what's going on, because the way I'm reading this article, the RRC and can't be trusted out in Texas, not at all, right? And you can't trust this. That the fresh water is safe and uncontaminated. No, I wouldn't buy that. What can be done? In February, Colorado landowners sued an oil company for abandoning wells in January. Texas received $80 million in federal funding to plug orphan wells. TRC and Borough Economic Geology researchers have what you call a war room to try to figure out what's going on in this area. It has unusual geology and unusual water flows. RRC Deputy Executive Director Danny Sorrells said, "We want to get to the bottom of this and stop it. Seems to me they're causing it." Crane County is in the middle of the Permian Basin, which covers 75,000 square miles in Texas, New Mexico, and Mexico. The county is hundreds of miles from El Paso and San Antonio. 14 miles to the north in neighboring Ector County is Odessa, of Friday Night's fame. If we don't stop this now, we're going to have complete and utter ecological devastation anywhere we've had historic oil and gas wells, Stogner said. And that's the end of the article. And again, it just sounds suspect. It sounds intentional. They're poisoning. They're poisoning the planet. You can't trust anything they say. They're poisoning the planet, the ground, the spraying the toxic chemicals in the atmosphere, right? And by the way, with this, the upcoming solar eclipse on April 8th, they're going to be releasing balloons in the atmosphere. They're going to be supposedly releasing balloons in the upper atmosphere. These balloons are going to have some type of chemicals on them that will be released. Now, they supposedly have done this on the 2017 eclipse, and they're going to do it again on the 8th. The question is why, right? That's the question we all should be questioning, as well as the 3 rockets they're going to be shooting up in the upper atmosphere on the 8th. Okay, it's just like a war going on between these devils and nature. They're trying to destroy this planet. I mean, how can anybody argue against that? There's too much evidence there's way too much evidence if you look at it. It's not hard to figure out. Now, I've done a couple of videos about water, what they're doing to the water, from those of you who own property and you have wells, they're poisoning the water. Not even bottled water is safe. You got to do your research on bottled water. But this is just an example of what I've covered and already talked about in previous videos concerning water. Right? So when they sent that nationwide alert out or warning out about the water infrastructure and stating that Iran and China, come on now. It's an inside job. You know what I mean? It's an inside job. Look what this, look what's happening. You know? The solution is we need to come together. We need to come together and stand up against this tyranny. Because if not, with this nonsense, this wickedness is just going to continue. It's just an attack, a constant attack. They're trying to block out the sun. They're trying to make it colder. They're playing with the weather, right? Just yesterday, where I'm at, it was probably in the 70s. Now it's cloudy and chilly outside. And I watched them. It can be a clear day, and I will go outside and I will watch them. The planes spraying. I've talked about it before. The planes spraying they toxic poisons at different altitudes. Again, they layer it. Next thing you know, it's cloudies. They spraying that X formation. You see the giant X's up in the atmosphere. Next thing you know, it's the next day, it's cloudy. It's cold. Right? Because they can't stand the heat. Now, who do I mean when I say they? Maybe I'll cover that in another video. Shout out to those who have already been covering and talking about this for a long time. But do your research. The information is out there. Don't take anyone's word for it as far as what's happening, what's going on. Do your own research. Stay informed. Stay balanced. Seek balance. Love yourself. Keep your loved ones close. Protect each other at all costs. King B out. I will see you in the next video. Peace.